Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and those who are neither, wherever you are in the world. I'm Rambling Rusty Elm, and you're watching Rambling with Rusty Starfield Edition. Last time on Rambling with Rusty Starfield, we explored the cave at the north end of the crater left by the experiment at the Serpent Citadel. And today we are back in Dazra. We are ready to go meet with the scientists and the Herald. So, without further ado, let's get that going.
Great Serpent keep you.
Do you seek counsel? You return. What news do you have of Anasco? It was indeed him. There is no question.
Well, it would seem I owe you an apology, sister.
There is no need, brother. Your skepticism only strengthens us.
As you say. But, to the matter at hand, did Anasco mention anything that could aid us in his extraction? Yes, the pinnacle of the Citadel was modified to house the equipment to create a gate to the Vortex. If it still runs, that would explain everything we have experienced since the initial incident.
It is much more than that. Normally when I pray for Anasco's return, I sense he is lost, fading. But when I last prayed to the Great Serpent, I felt Anasco's presence clear and distinct. Even as it receded, I felt him anchored to this world. Yes, there are some who suggest that when Jinan communed with the Great Serpent, a similar bond had been established. I believe the same is true for you and Anasco.
I would need time to attempt a scientific explanation for why or how this happened, but for now, let us assume my sister is correct.
And that is the essence of faith. I do not know what lies ahead. My visions do not go beyond this point. But I do know this link would play a role. In fact, I am certain of it.
Agreed. And with this settled, we can now continue the work of aligning the noble houses. Together, we will find a way to complete the mourning device.
Okay, well, I guess we are... Let's see, House Kadik. And House Dulketh at the Halls of Healing. Let's go do House Dulketh.
The Ministry of State executed Varric Vithal as a traitor. We must all remember our duty to root out heresy, even now.
Yes.
If we are to stand on equal footing with the outsiders, we must rebuild Dazra to its former glory.
Except we can't build without construction materials and resources. And what about this talk of missing supplies? I would think the conversation starts there. Hmm?
I apologize, but with the Cataclysm, the investigation has been slow going.
How convenient.
You're putting the Groat before the horns!
All must serve.
Okay, this gal wanted to
Thank
talk
you
to
for
me.
stopping to talk to me. My name is Lijana Dulkev. Normally, I would ask how I can help you, but under the circumstances, I'm the one who needs help. I oversee the delivery of goods to those living outside the city. Unfortunately, I lost one of my couriers to the recent catastrophe. I have sought a replacement, but extra hands are in desperately short supply. I see that you understand. I wouldn't normally seek help from someone I don't know. However, I am not above admitting my situation. The truth is, this is about more than just a business transaction. It is very important to me that someone makes these deliveries as soon as possible. Do you think I don't know that? I was there the day it happened. The last thing I need is to be patronized. No. I shouldn't say that. I am sorry. I let my temper get the better of me. If I fail, the reputation of House Dulkev will be tarnished. Time is wasting, so I will get to the point. I would like you to be my new courier. Our deliveries are paid upon arrival. You can keep the payments for yourself. The Ministry of Commerce has a sterling reputation, and it is my duty to uphold it, no matter the cost. Please tell me that you will accept. Don't force me to beg on my knees where all can see.
Well, you know. Well, it would be kind of funny to see her beg. Sure, I'll take the job.
You have lifted a great weight from my shoulders.
No need to be smarmy in a
Here are the
situation like
packages.
this.
One is for Alikja Dalka, who you can find at a nearby growth farm. Another is for Firan Nostal, who is working on some repairs at Hamati Station. The last is for Lazim Balian, who can be found at the shrine to the north of the city. May the Great Serpent grant you swift and safe travels.
Sure.
Victor Vithal executed his own son for heresy. So much loss, and yet the Ministry of State prevails.
Miss,
Need
sorry,
help?
but I cannot just
You and
keep
everyone
your
else.
supplies. We are stretched razor thin as it is.
Herald, are you not?
House Varun must be able to rely on the
Why will you
Ministry of
not help
Commerce.
my family, my children?
We cannot fail.
We have examined your children and found that they were not in immediate need of treatment. Other patients are in more dire circumstances and require assistance.
So you will not help my children unless they are dying? This is preposterous! They are sick and suffering!
I do not like it any more than you do, but that is exactly what I
House Dulkev is at your
children
service.
will be fine if the Great Serpent wills it.
You! Damn you! Damn you all!
Hello? Talk to me already.
Hello, Vindicator. Malibor has kept me informed of the situation. The deadlock of the High Council. I hope your presence here means things have changed. Yes, of course. I'm pleased that the Council is once again working towards a solution. It felt wrong not to help. Do you know where I was when it happened? The incident, they call it. I was in the temple next door, conversing with my cousin. I was in the middle of replying to him about, I don't even recall. Some meaningless bit of family drama, I am sure. One moment he was there, and the next, gone. My cousin, the floor, the wall, just gone. I found myself looking out at the scaled citadel, unable to comprehend. And now, Here I stand, the elder of House Dulkev. My loss? Yes, I suppose. Although, from an outside perspective, one could consider it a fair trade, given my new role. Perhaps even a gain. I agree. And yet, with the proper detachment, nearly anything can be seen as transactional. Those within House Dulkev are trained for it. You cannot imagine it. A single moment of pure, terrible silence. A meter's distance was all that separated me from whatever has become of Dazra. I find that through all the chaos and the scrambling since, my mind drifts back to that moment. I could be gone as well. But here I remain, spared. And I do not know why. And where is this forward leading? I'm sorry. I should shoulder my own burdens, not force them upon you. I've grown so tired of the council squabbling, and I want no further part in it. I have no demands, no requests. All must serve. And House Dulkev is no exception. The speaker has always been the guiding light of House Varun. In his absence, it is of no surprise that some would find themselves lost, stumbling in the dark. Here is what I can tell you. Sometime before our current calamity, Anesko Varun approached me looking for information about his grandfather's time. He was frustrated at the lack of progress. House Dulkev keeps extensive records, you see. While I was never told the exact reason behind the inquiry, I was able to deduce a fair amount. I provided him with the shipping manifests from the time of the Serpent's Crusade, materials and equipment that suggested some highly specialized research. I told Anesko where those materials had been sent. Weeks later, well, you've seen the Citadel. You know as well as any where we are now. I believe so. Yes. Anesko returned from the site in unusually good spirits. He boasted of something called the Vortex Interlock, and that it was the key to unlocking some new unseen potential. Whatever records exist of this interlock were swallowed up with the Citadel. And as for the original site, executors were sent, but did not return. And we can spare no more casualties. So I suggest you visit Malin Dam to the southeast. I believe it is more than it seems. It is the only place to learn more about these vortex interlocks and what connection they may have to the events at the Citadel. And should your search be fruitful, make sure it is known that House Dulkev was proud to serve when called upon.
Well, that was a long-winded.
Have all the supplies been inventoried?
Yes, I've completed that now.
I fear to ask, but how dire are
Do not worry so much. Do you not believe
never ends.
we could provide? We can hold out.
The requests for aid and supplies never cease.
Okay. Assist house to Kev. Talk to the surrounding. Start the argument in Janan Plaza. Speak with who? Arim. That's right. Okay. Let's see. We got to go here, here, and here. So let's go here.
The Great Serpent favors those who labor for the greater good.
No, that's not what I'm looking for.
The days can be long for a farmer, but there's nothing I'd rather do. Hello there. I don't know your face. Are you lost? Oh, I think we all have those kinds of days from time to time. But if you're here with a package, that must mean Lijana was finally able to find a new courier. That's a relief. I've been waiting a long time for this package. It's very sad what happened to the previous courier. His name was Shamid. He was a radiant soul, full of life and joy and dreams. All of it stolen away in the blink of an eye to hear it told.
I think she might have been sweet on him.
Yes, I was. After making a delivery, he often stayed for a bowl of stew and tell me the news of the city. He would always have a new joke that he'd share. He had a gift for humor and telling stories. Sometimes I would laugh so much that my sides would ache for hours. I will miss him. Oh, good. It's definitely the right package then. I spent a small fortune on these spices. They're some of the rarest we have, as well as the most pungent. Cooking is my great joy, and the proper use of seasonings is the most important part. Thank you for this. I will. Now here's your payment. Travel safely, courier.
There are... Jeez. Where'd this guy go? There he is.
I've only been to Dazra a few times. It was nice. I hope everything turns out okay. You can't get in there, not unless you have a card. You're funny. So, you're trying to get in there? You're not the first person to come here recently, you know? Anasko Varun himself was here. I saw him, but he didn't talk to me. And there were too many other people around him. They all looked really serious. I heard he disappeared. Is that true? I never saw him come back out of the dam. But I did see them go in. They had cards that let them open the door. I found one after they'd left. I thought about using it, but I didn't want to get in trouble. Kavil said I should give it to him for safekeeping, so I did. Maybe he'll let you have it. Okay, good luck.
Well, now we need to go over there. Now, interestingly, this looks like this little seaweed farm here wouldn't have any luck growing much. Pollutants and all that.
Another day, another mouthful of seaweed. May the Great Serpent bless us.
No offense, but it's not your property. I only wish to serve, I swear. You are right, though. Here, take it.
Alright. Well, that gets me the card. That'll give me access to the dam. But that is going to have to wait for next time. Because we are actually out of time for today's episode. So next time when we on Starfield, we will enter the dam and begin the exploration. See if we can figure out what Anasko Varun discovered in there that turned him into the planet's biggest bad guy. Until then, I'm Rambling Rusty Elm. Have a good night, and don't forget to stop and smell the roses.